how's it going? Welcome back to the Minimalist series. Today I am so excited to talk about lists that you can make to organize your life. So I have 12 lists today to organize your life. Let's just get into it. First of all, I highly suggest starting a bullet journal if you haven't done that yet. This is my bullet journal. I have an entire video on it. Really love this thing. It has definitely evolved. I don't know, I just really love it, and I've started creating a lot of different lists in it that have really helped me be more organized, more productive. So I'm just gonna jump into the list that you can make to organize your life. List number one is financial lists. You can make one list for savings goals. Create a list of very specific savings goals and how you will accomplish those goals. I would create a separate list of your budget and what you would like your budget to be, what you want to spend on each thing. If you are new to the world of budgeting, I highly recommend a book by Ramit Sethi. It's called I Will Teach You to Be Rich. I talk about it all the time in my videos, but I will link it down below if you guys are interested in reading it. I've read a lot of books on finances, but this is the one book that I feel like has honestly truly encompassed everything that I needed to know about finances and just made it so simple and so easy. Really recommend it. The last money financial list that you can make is just money goals that you have. So maybe you want to buy something in the future and you need money to do that. Obviously, if you want to buy something big, you can make a goal for that and then figure out how much you want to save each week to pay for that. Next list category is food. Food lists that I like to have handy are number one, a master grocery list, which includes everything that I like to keep stocked in my pantry and my fridge and just things that I like to have on hand, because then instead of going through and trying to remember what you need and what you have and what you don't have, when you go to the store, you kind of will already have a list of things that you want to have in your pantry, and that makes it so much easier when you're making a grocery list. The next thing for food is a master recipe list. This one has been so helpful to me because I tend to go through phases where I'll like make one recipe and I really like it, and then eventually I'll start making other things and I forget about that recipe, and then I just stop making it and I forget that I even, like, it's a standard recipe for me. So a really good example of this is this recipe that I used to make a lot in Auckland. It was just a soba noodle stir fry. It was so delicious. I really loved it, and I totally forgot about making it since I've been in Australia until I went through my photos the other day and I found the photos of that and I was like, I should definitely make this more often, right? Yeah, I actually have the recipe on my website, so if you guys want to see the recipe for that, I'll link it down below. It's really delicious and just a really cheap, easy, and healthy weeknight dinner. So to have a list of weeknight dinners is really helpful when you're thinking about what you want to have for dinner. To just have a list of options blows my mind. Like, it's so much easier than trying to remember what you usually make. The next category of lists that I have is goals lists. The goals that I like to have lists for are books to read. I always have a long list of books that I want to read. Having a list of books to read has been so helpful because then when I get an Audible credit and I don't know what I want to get, I'll just go to the list of books that I want to read and get one of those, and voila, problem solved. Another goal-oriented list that you can make is a fitness goals or exercise goals style list. You are practicing a specific sport or do a specific type of exercise. So for me, I have actually a list of yoga poses that I would like to work on, that I would eventually like to be able to do completely well, perfectly. I really like to keep an exercise log because that helps me see when I go to yoga. To keep a log of how often I go to yoga just to make sure I'm staying consistent with it and making sure it's still worth the money that I'm paying for it. The next list that you can make to organize your life is a list of places to declutter. So I have a list of places to declutter, like physical places, so like my nightstand or my closet, and I also have lists of places that are digital that I want to declutter. And I recently published a video of how to organize your digital life. So if you guys want a whole video on that, I'll link it up here and you guys can go check that one out. The next list that I really like to make very often is a big just brain dump of all the things that I have to do, and then I'll take that list and put it into my calendar so I make sure to get everything done. This is really helpful when you have a lot of things going on in your mind that you want to do and you just need to get it organized. The last list that I like to make to organize my life is a list of wants versus needs. So currently I am getting ready to move into an apartment with Michael, and we're going to move into our own place, and we're going to need a lot of things to furnish our house, just like dishes, cutlery, all that stuff that you need to have to live. And I also have a whole list of things that I want that aren't specifically things that we need, but just things that I think would be fun. Differentiating between the things that we want and the things that we need is really helpful when we actually go to buy things. So it's just helpful in prioritizing. So yeah, that's the whole 12 lists that you can make to organize your life. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna link the rest of the minimalism series videos down below and you guys can check those out, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, bye!